All right. Good morning. Let's get this show on the road. Happy Thursday. Short session today. We close at, what is it? 1 p.m. Eastern, I think. Good morning to everyone. Let's hop on to the 4 hour. Let's take a look at the pathing. So clearly, bulls are in control. We talked about these channels. They hopped right back into an ascending channel. In a higher time frame, this is now the 4 hour. Levels to watch are going to be the overnight high and obviously that 850 level for the gap fill. That other JC, good morning. This is my brutal loss there. Well, not brutal. I think I'm down I was down 700 or something like that yesterday. All right, so we're playing in this channel. The overnight kind of respected it. Then we bounced and you had NFP. I screwed up my NFP play. I should have gotten more profit. I think I only captured 2 contracts, 10 points. It was supposed to be 25, but oh well. Let's see. All right, so we're back to the 1 minute. Let's see what we've got here. There's that channel that we've been playing out since yesterday. There's actually a thinner. Look at the center of that. Whoops. Bulls continue in control. They're having fun with their lockout rally. They are not giving this damn thing up. Okay, here we go. All right, so NFP respected the top of that channel. So until we break out, we are in a channel playing out since yesterday through the overnight. You got your mid levels there. Let me see if I can push this up a little bit. NFP came to the T, touched the top of that. I had a play on NFP with 30 point. In other words, if NFP print was above 30 points, I'd enter an entry. There would be an entry with a 20-point TP, and unfortunately, I screwed up the ticks. Got 10 points versus 20. Not multiplying by 4, multiplied by 2, like a champ. All right, so that's where we're at. So obviously, overnight high test. We need to figure out what happens there. If we come back and go for the gap close. 850, but man, bulls lockout rally all week, not giving up anything other than this flush yesterday. That was pretty much it, and we went right back into it. So that's what we got. Bulls are in control. The flush would be lovely if we see a nice little test of the overnight high and the test of that NFP print, the high of that, and possibly attempt a short up there. Of course, everybody's watching for finally the pullback or a major move to the downside. So far, hasn't given it to us. Thumper. He's looking at 22,765 daily pivot, and that would be a 50% pullback. You're looking at all the way down here. Okay. Are you in position already? So pretty simple today. Let's see what happens at this. If we come back for the gap fill settlement or previous day settlement at around 860. Then obviously if we're going to continue that 800 level, are we going to bounce there or continue to the upside? It's a short session, so I think I'm going to take it easy today. Haven't had the best 2 weeks yet trading. I'm still in the green overall, but do we have time? What time is it? 8:21. Let's take a look at. Let's go over news. Right, we have news at 9:45 PMI, and we have news at 10 a.m. today. ISM at 10 a.m. We got two news events. I already got my timers. We're good to go there. Let's take a look at account progress. Where is, here we go. So if we look at June, we've had some green days. We took a red day here. Tuesday green. Yesterday that was that 770 loss, 774 loss there. So far up for the day, $200 with that NFP. It was supposed to be a bigger play, but screwed up my ticks. So that's where what we have as far as progress on this account. This is what I'm using for the live stream. My win-loss percentage continues to drop as I start scalping. I gave up on trying to play the bigger plays. The market is just very choppy, so I'm going to have more trades now until we get back to the good old days. So that's that. Let's see what today's market looks like. So we had the NFP print, came right to the top of that channel, came back down, got into this channel, or stayed in this channel. In other words, did not attempt to flush right back to pre-NFP print numbers. So let's watch this channel that's been playing out. It's overextended. So I'd be looking for a test at the open of, I can see an overnight high test, testing the top of this channel. Got a risky play there, short it with counter trend short. In other words, pretty tight, probably 15, 20 points. We'll know pretty quickly. And if not, then there's continuation, right? Where's the next pivot to the upside? Pivot points at 940. You got 940 pivot point. You got liquidity right there at 935, 945. So this area will be very interesting. That's the game plan. Short day today, 1 o'clock, 1 Eastern. If we flush right at the open, then I'd be looking for the gap fill. Depending on how it moves, I could participate towards the downside or wait for a gap fill reversal. In other words, a bounce around this area. That's what is playing out so far. Like I said, we do have news. We got news at 9:45 and 10 a.m. So be aware of that. It's the day before the holiday, so holiday trading in effect. And we close at 1 p.m. Eastern today. So let's see how it all plays out. Five minutes till the open. I'd like to be done early today. But I got to realize that today could get messy with holiday trading plus NFP volatility. Might be better to be hands off. We'll see. Good morning, King Caesar in the house. Thumper's looking for a long. Yeah, that's the trend, right? Bulls are in control, at least in the 4-hour. So let's see. You guys are scalping those longs. I might have to join you, or I may look for a short somewhere in this 940, 950 area. Scalping today as well, so not worried about win percentage. It's more about quick in and outs. Good point, Thumper. NQ loves its whole number, so if we're this close at 960, 980, 23,000 going after that ATH. Three minutes. We'll find out pretty soon. Let the games begin. All right, I'll be right back. I need a coffee refill. All right, let's do this. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Oh, it's happening beforehand, huh? So we're coming back to test the top of that NFP print, which is the top of that 4-hour channel we talked about. We just touched the pivot point. Ugh, why did you do it right now? That's what I wanted to short, but I can't short into the open. God damn it. Let's keep it green. Good luck to all. Whether you're longing, you're shorting. It's going to be messy today. NFP holiday. We got news at 9:45. We got news at 10 a.m. Get into position. Market. 45 seconds. Let's do this. Win, lose, or draw. What I will take, I mean, if I'm down pretty quickly, then I'll call it a day early. Listen, it's the holiday. I'd like to enjoy my Sedona trip. I think I will live stream tomorrow for probably an hour max. Get a little patriotic with our 4th of July. All right, 5 seconds. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Casino is now open. Let's go. All right, there's that pop. How far are you going to go up there? Are you going to continue breaking out? She's a-going. She just blew through that pivot point. And she keeps going. That was a good NFP print. I mean, unemployment is lower than expected. So we've got some decisions to make here. It continues to pump. Yeah, unemployment news was solid on NFP. In other words, less than expected, less than forecast. Wow. He's a pumping. He's continuing to pump. All right, we're going to try the first short. Pretty tight based on previous wick. Quick little target testing 9. Not liking it. I'm giving up a little early on that one. Taking profit there. Let's reset. Caught a little bit of green there, but was looking for a stronger flush and not messing with it right now. Does look like it's fading, but I was hoping for a stronger flush. If it happens, then be it. All right, so now we got to look for a pullback. And if this is going to continue based on, great news on NFP, non-farm payrolls, what was the forecast? Yeah, below expectation in terms of unemployment. Unemployment was forecasted at 4.3, 4.1. That means Mr. Powell doesn't have to drop rates. So technically, this is strong news. I may have to adjust my thinking here. Turn into bull mode if the news is going to play out based on unemployment being lower than forecast. All right, so there's the pump. Again, I'm scalping, so no waiting and praying for longer plays. I got to cut a nice little scalp on the NFP print. It was supposed to be 20 points. I screwed up my ticks. On Tower, you got to set your TP based on ticks, and I multiplied by 2, not 4. We got some green, but not exactly what I wanted. All right, so still in this ascending. All right, so we know about we know what NQ's been doing all week, right? You have those push-ups, and then you have consolidation, bear flag, whatever you want to, bull flag, whatever you want to call it, and then another push-up. So if we get another test of the 9, I would risk the flush at that point. Let's see. If this is what's playing out, then where is the low of this? Here we go. Okay, we're finding another pattern here. Here we go. All right, so maybe my short thesis is still good. How many points if I get in now on a short? I got to give myself 990. That's 20 points. Maybe another push up. Another push up and maybe fail again. Let's see what happens up there. Testing that 9. It's still consolidating. Give me another push up here. Give me another push up here and I'll short you. All right, am I too late? I think I'm too late. God damn it. No. Pump, pump, pump. Come back and test the top. Don't flush there. Don't flush because I'm not in position. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Don't flush there. Not yet. Good. Pump, pump. All right, it's looking like a breakdown of that channel, and I'm a little late now. Okay, so drew this channel a little too late. That was the topping. It's all right. If we're going to come back down, 2 options. We respect the channel and go right back up, or we flush for previous day's settlement for the gap fill. Oh, that's my alarm. News in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 6:45 news. All right, just testing 20 SMA with no major bounce yet. This is what we need to find out what's going to happen here. Will it break out of that 4-hour channel finally? Or is this just testing the high of the NFP print? And we get a bounce here. Okay, looks like it wants to bounce. Well, we got some green so far. Minimal green, but all right, coming to test the bottom of this channel. Let's see if it respects or will it flush. Thanks for tuning in, King Caesar. Good luck at work, bro. All right, there's the test of the bottom, and now bouncing right back in. So that's good. See if we get a push back up. News in 3 minutes. Appreciate you, King Caesar. All right, so let's see how far this bounce goes. If we can't push below the 9 and the 20, then it's a dead cat bounce and we come back down. Let's see. News in 2 minutes. Will that be the catalyst for a move? We got news in 2 minutes and we got news at 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, playing within the channel. No reason to think bears are in control. This is an ascending channel. Bulls are in control until we break out the downside, if we even break out. So it looks like it wants a V recovery here. Does have to push above those moving averages. Now it's testing the bottom of the initial consolidation zone. If it comes back into this range, then can't be shorting this. If it tests the bottom of that and then comes back down, then bears have a play. All right, so looks like a V recovery here. Totally within that channel. Tempted to get back into the initial consolidation range right after the pop at the open. Will it be able to get back in? Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. All right, so moving averages, your 9 and your 20 providing resistance there. Peter Chan, good morning, brother. All right, the 9:45 news was uneventful. We got a 55.15-minute opening range. So far, little scalps for me, and I'm in the green. See if I can keep it in the green. All right, we got next news at 10 a.m. NFP unemployment below forecast. So that's good. Means Mr. Powell won't have to drop rates, interest rates. And unemployment down. I hope that's not it for the day. Yesterday we had that move, 1 hour of a move, and then we got stuck in 50 points consolidation for the rest of the day. That was painful for anybody trying to play that. I took the loss that you guys saw on the live stream. I scalped a little bit, but still turned out to be a red day for me. And now it's slow. I may have to accept that that's it for the juicy price action, and I'll probably take the green that I have and call it a day. See what 10 a.m. does. Hopefully that's a catalyst. But I do need some volatility. Oh boy. All right, I'll give it till 10 a.m. If this is what we're going to get, I'm not battling that. I'll take the green and walk away. Minimal green, but still green. Ten minutes for 10 a.m. news. Meantime, if you're new to the stream, do me a favor, help me out with the YouTube algo. Smash that like, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content. Also, I posted a video last night or yesterday on Topstep and the updates with Topstep. With Topstep, now you can only trade on Topstep X after this Sunday. So watch that video if you're not updated with what's going on at Topstep. Crazy. I'm very curious what's going to happen with Topstep going all in with Topstep X. It's not the best platform. Yes, it's nice, it's flashy, it's good, but there are better platforms to trade, and forcing traders to trade now on Topstep X, I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. It's a ballsy move, but hey, what do I know? But yeah, that video is up on my YouTube channel going over Topstep and its latest bombshell Going all in with Topstep X, and all of the other platforms gone after this Sunday. All right, I'm going to be patient. 9 minutes. Oh, here we go. We got something. We tested that top. Are we going to pop out of that? Or is that just a stop hunt run? News in 9 minutes. Oh, man, that's a juicy short, but I got news in 9 minutes. All right, we short that. A little late. I'll give it the top of this Sunday channel. News in 7 minutes. News in 6 minutes. And I don't like how that 9 EMA is coiling on me. I think we're getting to pop above 23,000. Okay, stopped out there. And let's wait for the news at this point. So she's looking like she wants to pop above . News in 4 minutes. Wants to pop above 23,000. Going for all-time highs. Or is this just going to be the slow grind up? $23.40 is the next pivot point. Thumper, that's a good play. News in 2 minutes. All right, so maybe let's wait for the next pivot point. $23,000. News in 1 minute. It's doing that again, not allowing pullback below the 9 that it did yesterday. So if it's going to be another grind day to the upside, news in 20 seconds. There goes the news drop. And she's going for 40 at this point. It's the pivot point. Push all the way to 40, and then I'll attempt another short up there. If not, then I'll walk out with some red today. Nothing major. All right, there's the push up, 940, 945 is your next pivot point up there. If it pushes right through, then my shorts thesis will be stopped out, but I will attempt a short up there at 940, 945. It's the contrarian in me. Every time there's a directional day, I lose. Fortunately, directional days are not that many. All right, there's the play to pivot point. Another pop. Probably another exaggerated pop above pivot point. I'll give this 950. Nope. Like it wants the best blast through pivot point. You guys are smart. You guys are playing with the trend. I'm trying to counter trend this. All right, so looks like it's gonna blast through pivot point, and I'll probably call it a day. Friend is your friend, and counter trading this did not play out. Yeah, it's not even touching 9 EMAs. Looks like it got even more strength as soon as it pushed above the pivot point. Wow. That's bullish momentum right there. You ain't stopping that today. All right, so I'll have to find a pullback to participate now in this long, or call it a day. Not much in the red. Counter trend trading didn't play out. And there's the pop to the upside. Wow, they're strong today. Didn't even come close to testing the 9 this time. Come on, stop me out or get it done. That 9 EMA just keeps pushing up, providing support. It's some strong movement to the upside, no question about it. And getting stopped out pretty soon. And stopped out. Okay. All right. Well, I guess bulls are in control. How do I participate in this now to the upside, if there is any more? Appreciate you, Thumper. All right, let's see if it's fading, and I needed to give it a wider stop. I'm going to participate on this on the long side. Let's see if this is the topping. At this point, I got to give it a stop below the 9. It comes back and tests. If it wants 23,100, then You're pretty damn close. It'll continue. Can we get 40 points out of this to 90? I'm trailing that 9 EMA. I'll be right back, guys. All right, let's see if that 9 holds. Otherwise, that's could be your potential top or session high. If it bounces here, then there may be more, but I think it's going to come back and test that pivot point at 40, and that may be the better entry. In other words, where my stop is. But I'm technically long at a top. I don't want to give it more than points that I assigned for that stop. All right, so if the 9 EMA fails here, then we probably have a test of that pivot point at 40 level. I'll let the stop play out and then watch if we get any bounce here at the 20. That was the flush to the 40. What do you want to do here? All right, how far in the red am I? I'm 25 points in the red. All right, still nothing significant. Now I just got to say call it a day or try one more. It's always one more. Now she's giving me the flesh that I was looking for. God damn it. Will we have a reversal today? Oh, tricky. Or is this further upside? All right, I'm going to play that bounce. In other words, it tested the 20 and the 9 and did not flush. See if it's got juice to bounce here. In terms of stop. Does it have enough juice to bounce? Let's see. Super Earthman, you know me, the contrarian, loving to counter trend to trend. Yeah, I got some couple paper cuts trying to short it. Nothing crazy yet. So trying to play this bounce here and see if we get further upside. Can we get the 40 points here? EP around 90. Where next pivot point? I mean, you're so close. Why wouldn't it want 23,100? See if it double tops here or it continues. Don't double top on me. God damn it. Double top. All right. Might have to give up on this for today. Come on, push. Needs to push above this wick. Otherwise, I'm in double top zone. No bueno. Oh. Yeah, I'm a contrarian. If you guys have seen something, I'm a contrarian trader for sure. I struggle with directional days. Fortunately, directional days are what, 1 to 5% of the overall market. So as long as I keep my losses small on directional days where I'm being stubborn and trying to counter trend it, I'll survive. As long as I avoid tilt on directional days trying to fight the trend, or honestly, it's fighting yourself. You're just trying to be right. It happens. Something that personality based. I'm a contrarian. All right, so it looks like the double top is playing out there. So now, if we flush below the 9 and the 20, we'll have to look for another setup, or I'll take the paper cuts. It's a small loss so far. No need to push the contrarian in me. She wants to push up, then NASDAQ loves its whole numbers. Not going all the way up to 23,100. It does love those numbers, so I'll taking a more conservative TP at 86. But still double topping, man. Not liking it. I'm going to move my stop up a little bit. She's a double top and just couldn't get the timing today on some of these plays or some of these shorts that I was trying. Wider stop would have gotten me some green, but it is what it is. It's attempting to push below that 20 for sure. But needs to bounce at this point. Super Earthman, appreciate you, man. Yeah, every day's a learning lesson. Just manage the paper cuts. All right, so that 20 and 90 MA are getting very close to each other. They're very tight. If it gives up here, then it'll be a strong flush to the downside. Otherwise, it needs to find support on those moving averages for a push up. So we'll see. Still no push above those latest wicks. Struggling, double top in there. All right, so now it's positioned below the 20 and the 9 not providing the bounce. They're actually now providing the resistance. So looks like this is a double topping and we'll take some downside here. It needs to bounce from there, but it needs to bounce above 65. If we're just topping here and then eventually it's the flush, then no bueno. If the move is over and then we're just going to range in like 20 or 30 points like yesterday, then it is what it is. I missed it. Certainly not making it easy for anybody shorting this or longing it. Getting tight. Needs to push above 65. Getting tighter and tighter. Which side will win, the flush or the pump? Unable to push above 65. Yeah, it needs to push above 65. So we'll see. It's either the flush or a pump. It's getting tighter and tighter. Stopping. Needs one juicy candle to the upside, and we're good. Ooh, that was a wick, though. Uh-oh, that was a wick. Can you continue on that? Nope. Jimmy trades, I did not. Today was definitely a 15-minute opening range play. All right, so it looks like it's breaking down. That wick was the telltale sign. See if it can recover. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be chop. I mean, that's what it does. It does a big move, and then it just chops for the rest of the day. Let's see if it flushes from here. and then I'll probably call it a day. Shouldn't say probably. I will call it a day. Yeah, unable to break through 65. If it does, then it's going after 23,100. But at this point, it's double topping, triple topping. Let's see. Let's see how it plays out. If I do get stopped out here, then I'll call it a day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll come back for some Independence Day trading. Yeah, Jimmy, I took it yesterday, I think. I've been taking the 50-minute opening range breakout on and off. Today I didn't take it. All right, this is the last chance at a bounce. Needs to push above those moving averages. If there's more upside in this wave. Otherwise, it'll start falling apart right here. Yeah, that 9 EMA is now becoming resistance to the upside. Little last attempt to push above those moving averages. If it pushes above 65, then there's life to the trade. If that's just the end of that little push, still unable to even get close to 65, so not out of the woods yet. King Caesar #1, #2, Super Earthman #3. Yeah, I don't know what those crowns are, to be honest with you. Oh, it looks like it's top fans. You guys are the top contributors. I appreciate you all. All right, for this trade to be alive, we need to push above 65. Or it could just stay here all day for the rest of the day like it did yesterday. And yesterday was a 30-point range for like hours. Well, let's see. Unable to push above the moving averages, the 20 and the 9, providing resistance. 65 is that number. If it's not able to push above that, just going to fall apart. I'll get stopped out and I'll call it a day. Some paper cuts. Some green, some red, and finally ended up in some red, but nothing major. Tempting. Bulls are trying. They're trying to push above those moving averages, but they've been trying a little too long. Usually when it's extended like that, bye-bye. Bye-bye, meaning bears take control. All right, trying. 65. You got to push above 65 and hold. Come on, bulls. Nope. Just teasing. Well, if you're new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. I trade nasty NASDAQ every day. Win, lose, draw, tilt. Good days, bad days, it's all live. Executions. Now those moving averages are making it hard. One push above 65 and a hold, and we might have life to this trade. There it goes, attempting 65 again. Nope. Everything is just a wick up there, so till it pushes 65, it's just playing with my feelings. That'd be funny if it stays in that 20-point range. Oh, I want to sleep here. Yeah, let's just full port it. Ah. All right, without a 65 push, the trade's done. But got a 10-point stop on that. It comes back and tests pivot point at 40. And it flushes below that, then we toast. All right, looks like I'm gonna get stopped out. Well, maybe not. Anyways, if I do get stopped out, that'll be the end of the stream for today, and I'll come back tomorrow for a little bit. 4th of July. I think tomorrow's also a 1 p.m. close. 1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm not moving to stop. If it stops me out, then be it. If it actually bounces, then we'll play it. That's a tight channel or range. Going back and forth, back and forth. Will it break to the upside or will it break to the downside? Well, I don't know. Ranging bound. 20-point range. Which way will she go? Pivot points at 40. I'm not giving it more than 6 points below that pivot point. So if it flushes, pivot point would have to hold, otherwise I get stopped out. Tight stop on that. Earthman, yeah, I made a video yesterday on Topstep and the new policy with Topstep X being the only platform to trade on Topstep. So I did make a video. It's on my YouTube channel. I don't know. That's ballsy. That's risky because I can't see how everybody is going to just hop on and trade on Topstep X. Sure, it's a great platform, it's flashy, but it's missing a lot. I mean, it doesn't have all the features like Quantower or even Tradeify, Ninja. So you're asking everybody to just move to Topstep X. I don't know how that's going to play out. I think they looked at their data and realized a lot of people are on Topstep X already, but that's only because of daily loss limit being removed. They're cheaper, no scaling limits. So what about the rest of traders that are on other platforms? And honestly, with any prop firm, you have, most prop firms give you multiple options. You can trade on Ninja, you can trade on Quad Tower, you can trade on Tradeify. So limiting everybody, they're basically taking an approach, take it or leave it, and we don't care. So I'm assuming they've done the math, and the I don't care traders, they just don't care about them, and they're going to go with the traders that love Project Topstep X. Definitely not me. I tried Topstep X and was not impressed. It's a great platform. I'm not going to bash them, but there's a lot of stuff that's missing there that traders use and need. So we'll see how it plays out. All right, hit my stop or pump, but let's go. One of the two. Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't think I'll trade on Topstep. It just doesn't fit the way I trade. I copy trade using Rhythmic and Tradesyncer. Some people use Ninja and Replicanto. I just don't see how it fits multi-prop traders. Now, it could be a genius idea in the sense of they're basing it on what? 82 to 83% of their traders are already on Topstep X. Those are traders that don't multi-prop. So maybe what Topstep is saying is, we don't care about those traders that are multi-propping out there. We're going after the ones that like our marketing, like our story, you know, are feeding into the Topstep Kool-Aid, and screw everybody else. They can multi-prop, they can trade, but they're not loyal customers anyways. Let them go to every prop firm and bounce around prop firms like they do, like most of us, right? So for traders that fall into Topstep's marketing and all the fancy dashboards and all that stuff, they do a great job in that sense. They're going after that trader and saying, let's hold them forever. We're going to give them the prop firm, we're going to give them the platform, and eventually, if it's true that they're going to become a brokerage, in that sense, they're just saying, we're not interested in multi-prop traders. Because most traders that use Ninja or Quantower are trading that because of the multi-prop option, right? So for them, they're saying, hey, we don't care about you if you're a multi-prop trader. Go bounce around. We want the loyal ones. All right, here we go. Stop about to get hit. And I'll call it a day. Got some paper cuts, nothing significant, but nonetheless, some red. Hitting pivot point. If it drops below pivot point, then maybe there's a move down to this play, but I'm done. I want to enjoy the rest of the day. That's the pivot point touch, and I put the stop right below pivot point. I didn't give it much, only 6 points. Let's see if that pivot point provides the bounce it needs to get over those moving averages. If not, then stop will eventually get hit. Those bounces need to push above, but the problem is you got some pretty strong resistance there now. You got the 9 and the 20 saying, Now you got a pivot point providing an initial bounce, but it may need a further push down before it bounces, and at that point I'm not interested. But anyways, that's my theory on Topstep. I mean, you're basically saying goodbye to any trader that loves to copy trade or multi-prop, and they're going after the loyal ones, the ones that are feeding into the Topstep Kool-Aid, and that's probably a smart move. Looks like it wants to flush below that pivot point and stop about to get hit. Not moving it for sure. If it's gonna bounce, the pivot point will bounce it. If not, then it's just gonna be a flush below pivot point. I don't need to extend my stop at that point. Man, that's a dragged out stop loss. Hit me already. Pivot point, try to pop it, but it needs to pop above those moving averages with strength, otherwise it's just a slow death. Seriously, put me out of my misery. I'd like to have some breakfast. But I will be back tomorrow. I think it closes at 1 p.m. Eastern as well, so we'll try to get some trades. Hopefully not some losing trades. Again, that 20 SMA, it bounces, touches the 20, and rejects. So at some point, that rejection is going to be stronger. I don't know about lucky at this point. I think it's a slow death. If you look at, you can look at it this way, right? The bull flag forming, but I may not have enough. In other words, my stop may be a little too. Why isn't that doing this? Hold on. My stop may be a little too tight to allow the full bull flag to play out, and I'm not interested in adjusting stops just to play out that bull flag. If it happens, it happens, but it needs to happen within this little space, and you get the pop. I'm not interested in adjusting stop. I'm taking too many paper cuts. Couple green, but more paper cuts to be in the red. All right, this is the make or break for that bull flag. If it's truly going to play out, is that finally the break above the 20? You had the pivot point here. It's now in between the 9 and the 20. Is it going to be able to position above? And then the trade might be alive. If it just rejects on the 20, we come back down. I don't think I have enough room in that stop to allow the next play for the push up, and I'm just not interested. I'll accept. I'll take the loss day. Again, 65 is still the make or break. If this is just another range push, just like yesterday, we had those push-ups, push-downs, push-ups. Yesterday, I think it was 850. It would just not go above 850. If today's death number is 65 and we're just not going to push above 65, then we're going to watch it come close multiple times, go back down, come back up, and we're stuck in a 20-25 point range. So I'm not getting excited until we see a strong push above 65.70 with a hold. Otherwise, we're just range bound in that 20-25 point range. Still got ways to go for the trade to be alive. I don't know about the moon. I think it's going to take a pullback here. Look at the 5 minute fading out. And I think with this 5 minute fading out, it will hit the stop. So in other words, we pushed up and then we come back down. I think at this point the stop does get hit. If those moving averages hold, and yeah, we might have a story here. But it's the 20 and the 9 right there. But it's attempting to build position above. And the death number right now is 65. Can NQ hold above 65 on a push? Or is it just slowly fading apart? We'll find out. Do me a favor, if you're new to the stream, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. It helps me out with the YouTube algo. Also, if you're just finding about Topstep, I just released a video yesterday on Topstep and its new policy. Topstep X being the only platform for Topstep X. Take Profit Trader, 40% off, one of my favorite props. It's now 40% off with no activation fee, and they removed intraday trailing drawdown on their Pro Plus accounts. Doesn't want to put me out of my misery just yet. This is a repeat of yesterday. It's going to be range bound. Goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. But it doesn't want to put me out of my misery either. Alright, so this is that 5-minute fading that I talked about. I think at this point, with this 5-minute move to the downside, I think my stop will not survive. And I'm not moving it down. That's all you get. 10-point stop. Ooh, what happened? Somebody woke up. Can you push? Can you continue? Or is that the last fade on that 5-minute? Can you push? Nope, no juice. Yesterday's range, I ended the stream and I came back later. I caught a couple of winning scalps to recover some of the loss. But yesterday's range was brutal. That was 25 points. Up and down, and 850 would not push above 850. So today we could have a repeat with 65 being the number we just are not going to be able to push above. So it built a little bit of consolidation. It had a little look below this range and bounced at the pivot point. Who knows? Why is this not working? Extend that range. So we need to get out of that range and hold above 65. Stay alive. 65 to stay alive. Now that 5-minute is overextended. Ugh. If this is just a pop, the flush will be brutal. Super Earthman, she's getting ready to pop up. I don't know. When you're range trading, when it's range bound like this, it's going to get you excited. And that 5 minute is looking to me exhausted. So we'll see a pop and then right back down. Get you all excited. That's what it did yesterday multiple times at that 850 level, if I'm not mistaken. Manifesting on a simulated account doesn't work with NQ. Oh, come on already. And there's the flush right back down. So yesterday was 30 or 40 point range. Today it's 20 points. Wow. And it'll just drag out all day there, and I'm not interested in staying longer than this. All right, there's the 5 minute fade that I was talking about. So just a little overextension on the 5 minute pump. But that 5 minute needs a pullback. At least this wave. Just don't think my stop is... I think my stop is a little too tight for that 5 minute wave, but I'm not interested in moving it either. All right, so it's being dragged out. Slow death here. Well, I'm being dragged out through the mud on this one already. I'm leaving the stop, but it either happens or doesn't. All right, there's that 5 minute pullback that I was talking about. Let's see how far it goes. I think on this wave I die. But it's one or the other. It breaks out or hits my stop. Super Earthman, I got to put you on the live stream. That way you can chat away with the community and give us some of your calls. I think next month I'll start doing that, putting some of the traders in the community. We got some good traders. We got some good scalpers, either with video or just voice, and hear other calls, other styles. Everybody builds their own winning strategy based on little snippets of everybody else. So I think it's good to provide different thinking, different ideas. So next month, I'm going to try to have some of you guys hop on either video or just voice and tag team the New York session. From what I understand, it's pretty easy. Just Discord. You can use Discord video or Discord audio, and I can add you to the stream. I don't know about better. I've had some nasty red days lately. Live streaming is no joke. It's definitely an added level of pressure. So it'll take time. I may even blow accounts live stream until I finally get the confidence with live streaming. but I'm not going to hide it. You'll see it here live. It's part of the journey. This is week 2. You got traders out there who've been doing this for 8 years, 4 years, 6 years. I haven't even live streamed for a month yet. So it's the beginning of this journey, and I appreciate everybody who's tuning in, supporting the channel. Is she gonna break out? But if I do live stream tomorrow, it'll be 2 weeks in a row, Monday through Friday, showing up. The beginning of my journey here, live streaming. Profits have taken a toll, live streaming. Payouts have taken a toll, live streaming. But it's all right. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm sure there's going to be some blown accounts live. Part of the journey. I'm not buying this. You guys think it's gonna, Peter, you think it's gonna break out. I'm not buying it, man. It's look at that 5 minute. Looks so overextended. But hey, if it breaks out, it helps me. So I'm gonna go with you guys on this one. Ooh, look at that. It's doing the same thing it did yesterday. It would hit 850 and go right back down. So we said 65 with a hold, right? So we touched, but are not above 65 with a hold. This candle, you need to hold, buddy. You need to hold. And we saw this yesterday. Multiple wicks. Look above and fails, look above and fail, and then right back down. The good thing is it's a smaller range today. So it's forgiving. Wilson Kondo. Hi, JC. Don't you look at the delta? I do not. Everybody has their indicators and all their strategies. Delta is not part of my arsenal. She teasing at a breakout again? Oh my god. I don't know. That 5 minute looks like a major flush incoming. Oh man, how long? Come on. Either flush back down or give me the pop. Oh, she's holding over. She needs to hold over this candle. Come on, close above 65. A 5 minute candle closing above 65, and there's life to the trade. If it's just range bound and topping, not happening. Five minute, need a strong close above 65. And the suspense. 2 minutes on that 5-minute candle. And it's like the market knows about that 5-minute close at 65. Look how tight it is. Needs that 5-minute close above 65. And don't give me no 65.25. 1 minute. 1 minute 30 seconds. One minute now. And you close above 65. Mm. 30 seconds. Bulls want to pop it in the next 10 seconds. They need to close above 65. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see what happens here. We got one close finally above 65. One 5-minute close above 65. That's good. Lemonhead, brother, don't beat yourself up. We've all been there. DCAing, trying to get out of green. That's a strategy that we all resort to. If you were on the stream on Friday, last Friday, I took a 2K loss per account for being foolish and not accepting a loss. And the only way I was able to recover, well, I didn't go too crazy. Usually you guys see me trading one contract. If I see momentum, I'll add a second contract. I entered on the bounce on Friday after the Canada news with 2. In other words, I didn't scale in. And yeah, I recovered it, but obviously it was a recovery trade. Risking taking a bigger loss, but we've all been there, man. Don't be too hard on yourself. Green is green. I agree. It's just working on how do you avoid getting into your green without the DCA or the gambling, whatever you want to call it, leverage to save yourself, right? That's what I've been working on. I've been trying to take the losses here with whatever entry. In other words, if I'm going in with one contract, I'm not trying to recover with 2 or 3 contracts. It's paper cuts, and that's why I haven't blown any accounts yet. But I get it. It is much easier to play a bounce, or if you're wrong in direction, go in with 2 or 3 contracts, and we've all done it. You recover, and you get more green on that leverage play. But sometimes you get rewarded for bad habits It's only a matter of time before that bad habit works against you, and that's when you get blown accounts. That's what I'm working on. I'm accepting these losses and little paper cuts, trying to avoid DCA and trying to avoid over leveraging on a recovery trade. I will add on a winning trade. I just haven't had momentum on winning trades where I'm adding, and I'm controlling it. I'm trying to keep the tilt controlled. But I find that if I don't like the DCA, I don't DCA much, but if I add position or contracts or leverage to a recovery trade, that's where the tilt starts playing, because if I lose, well, what are you going to do with the next trade? Are you going to do the right thing and walk out, or now are you going to add another trade with leverage? All right, so again, it's just a repeat of yesterday. It hits 865 and then, gets you all excited and nothing's going to happen. That 5 minute was way overextended. Just a repeat of yesterday. But that's what I've been working on, especially on the live stream. I am avoiding DCAing, and I'm avoiding recovery trades with more contracts. If I'm going to recover, it's the same style, whether I'm wrong or right, I don't care. But I'm keeping the same style of trading, not trying to go all in now to recover. Easier said than done. But I agree with you, Lemonhead. I'd rather be red, accept the loss, and not go back into green with a Hail Mary DCA or a Hail Mary, double contracts or more contracts trying to recover. I've done that in the past. And I think at this point, I actually get upset at myself when I recover that way. I'm like, you had a loss. Even though I may have pulled break even or in the green after a loss, I treat it as a loss day, and I actually get more frustrated with myself. What are we doing here? God damn it. Gonna come back down to 40 and then go back up. 40, 50, 40, 50. 2 hours. All right. All right, let's see where this 5 minute reset takes us. Or is it just gonna pop right here? Now, but that's the problem. That's why I trade evals along with my funded or PA accounts. That way you don't have that urge. Because listen, once you figure it out that evals are very easy to pass with leverage and all that, you're going to do that. The problem is you start picking up these bad habits. So I've tried to avoid passing evals with a lot of leverage or just, gambling them, because it keeps the bad habits away from the real trading. Now, Apex 90% off and you got a CPI day or a PPI day, hey, I might YOLO one or two. Lemonhead, man, you're right, but don't beat yourself up, man. This trading is hard enough. Walking out in the green, regardless of your strategy, is a relief. Look at it that way. As long as you work on, not making those bad habits consistently part of your trading, that's the goal. What is this? Won't stop me out, won't give me take profit. All I need is a little pop. I think 30 is the highest. I think on Juneteenth, because some of the other bigger streamers weren't streaming, I think I got up to like 90. But that's only because the top dogs weren't streaming, so everybody was probably looking to watch somebody. But if everybody else is streaming, I think my max is around 25, 30. I started with like 5 or 6, so I'll take it. Little wins, chipping away. Man, how long do I want to be in this trade? All right, if we're range bound, then, you know, we'll take another flush to 40. If there is the pop, it needs to happen soon. But yesterday it did this same price action, right? It was 850, it would go up to 840, 845, 850 T's, and then come back down. Go back up, go back down. And yesterday the range played out for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours. Brutal. But I'll play this as stop or TP. I think I'm going to have to get some coffee. I'll be right back. Swear to God, luck is not on my side. Did I just miss TP by a tick? I mean, am I unlucky or what? Miss TP by a tick. Unfreaking believable. I'm in a long that just missed its take profit. You gotta be kidding me. I don't know what to say. Hit stop. It is what it is. By a tick. You can't make this up, boys. You can't make it up. Watch it go all the way down to my stop now. You can't make it up. You can't make this up. But it's part of trading. You gotta take it. You got to take it and be able to walk away from this loss without trying to come back to win. If it hits my stop, then I'm out. That right there will get you into tilt. Missing TP by a tick will get you into tilt. You can't make it up. You just can't. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. If it takes a plunge there and hits my stop, that's where tilt will catch up with you. You want to say to yourself that you were originally right, that you can recover this. Walk out. A tick. Unbelievable. I mean, you should take a picture of that. All right, here goes the 5-minute action now. I took its little reset there. Let's see if we get the pump that we're looking for. It's perfect for Twitter. That'll get some engagement. Still holding 65 at least. I cannot believe that I just missed that TP by a tick. Ah. But like I said, I'm playing stop or TP, one of the two. See if she has juice to test that wick again. Does she have the juice for it? Take profit or stop, buddy. It's one of the two. I'll watch it. Maybe I'll clip it at 55 or 60. But at that point, you might as well just let the stop hit. Painful. Dragging this out. Oh boy. Super Earthman says, don't let it go to stop. Take some profit. All right, maybe the 60 area. I mean, it'll be minimal profit, but might as well close it there, I guess. Yeah, that was tough to swallow. Missing TP by a tick. I agree, especially after waiting this long. Maybe it's a good idea to take a little bit of profit. I'm with you on that. But yeah, I mean, you can't make it up. Look at this. One tick. Can you push above 80? Can you push above 80? He wants 90 now. If she wants 90, I'll get my cover. I mean, at this point, it probably wants to push above 100. I'm just not interested. I've been in this trade long enough. But I think it's a good trade, right? How much points did I give it on a stop? 10 points, potentially 40, potentially. One to four trade. If we get it. If it rolls over, then it is what it is. We're down to ticks. All right, come on. Either close me or do something. Jesus Christ. We got it, boys. That puts us nicely back in the green today. So, all right. That was a 1-to-4 trade. Risked about 10, 12 points for about 40. I think there's more to this now that it's so close to 23,100. I'm probably going to continue. But that was a good one. I needed that one. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Super Earthman, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for keeping the commentary going there. You're a good guy in my book. That other JC, brother. Yeah, we got that one. That was a nice 1-to-4. Got patient. Even though I missed it by the tick on the first attempt. But kept the play, kept it to the play. I said stop or TP, and that was it. So, that's all I got for you guys today. Peter Chan, yeah, it was dragged out. It was a little dragged out. But sometimes NQ rewards patience, sometimes it doesn't. Last Friday, I waited 4 or 5 hours for a trade to get caught up in a news trade and cost me dearly. So it can go either way. I'll be back tomorrow. I do have a little bit of fear with tomorrow. Friday, 2 Fridays in a row, big losses. So I can't hide from Friday. I'll come back tomorrow. We'll get a little patriotic here on the stream and see if I can walk out with some green or a little red. I just got to control my red on Friday. I don't know what it is about Friday. The last 2 Fridays, I've had to recover afterwards doing some dirty trading. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Thank you for everybody tuning in. If you're new to the stream, smash that like, smash that subscribe. For everyone else that you're supporting it, thanks for tuning in as usual. Hopefully you guys are in the green. That was a nice little nail biter there going back and forth. And, you know, I think at this point, like I said, 100 is probably the next level. And if it's going to continue, 200 is the next pivot point, but not interested. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you all later, and I'll see you tomorrow.